Ballad number 38 of the Ballads by W.S. Gilbert, read for LibriVox.org by Graham Redman. Ellen McJones, Aberdeen. Macpherson Clonglocketty Angus MacLan was the son of an elderly labouring man. You've guessed him a Scotchman, shrewd reader, at sight, and p'raps altogether, shrewd reader, you're right. From the bonny blue Forth to the lovely Deeside, round by Dingwall and Roath to the mouth of the Clyde, there wasn't a child or a woman or man who could pipe with Clonglocketty Angus MacLan. No other could wake such detestable groans, with reed and with chaunter, with bag and with drones. All day and all night he delighted the chiels with sniggering pibrochs and jiggety reels. He'd clamber a mountain and squat on the ground, and the neighbouring maidens would gather around, to list to the pipes and to gaze in his een, especially Ellen McJones, Aberdeen. All loved their MacLan, save a Sassenach brute, who came to the Highlands to fish and to shoot. He dressed himself up in a Highlander way, though his name it was Pattison Corby Torbay. Torbay had incurred a good deal of expense to make him a Scotchman in every sense, but this is a matter, you'll readily own, that isn't a question of tailors alone. A Sassenach chief may be bonily built, he may purchase a sporran, a bonnet and kilt, stick a skein in his hose, wear an acre of stripes, but he cannot assume an affection for pipes. Clonglocketty's pipings all night and all day quite frenzied poor Pattison Corby Torbay. The girls were amused at his singular spleen, especially Ellen McJones, Aberdeen. Macpherson Clonglocketty Angus, my lad, with pibrochs and reels you are driving me mad. If you really must play on that cursed affair, my goodness, play something resembling an air. Boiled over the blood of Macpherson MacLan, the clan of Clonglocketty rose as one man, for all were enraged at the insult, I ween, especially Ellen McJones, Aberdeen. "Let's show," said MacLan to this Sassenach loon, "that the bagpipes can play him a regular tune." "Let's see," said MacLan as he thoughtfully sat, "in my cottage is easy. I'll practise at that." He blew at his cottage, and blew with a will, for a year, 7 months, and a fortnight, until, you'll hardly believe it, MacLan, I declare, elicited something resembling an air. It was wild, it was fitful, as wild as the breeze, it wandered about into several keys, it was jerky, spasmodic, and harsh, I'm aware, but still it distinctly suggested an air. The Sassenach screamed and the Sassenach danced, he shrieked in his agony, bellowed and pranced, and the maidens who gathered rejoiced at the scene, especially Ellen McJones, Aberdeen. Hech gather, around, and fill all your lugs with the exquisite sound. An air frae the bagpipes, beat that if you can, hurrah for Clonglocketty Angus MacLan. The fame of his piping spread over the land, respectable widows proposed for his hand, and maidens came flocking to sit on the green, especially Ellen McJones, Aberdeen. One morning the fidgety Sassenach swore he'd stand it no longer. He drew his claymore and, this was, I think, in extremely bad taste, divided Clonglocketty close to the waist. Oh, loud were the wailings for Angus MacLan, oh, deep was the grief for that excellent man. The maids stood aghast at the horrible scene, especially Ellen McJones, Aberdeen. It sorrowed poor Pattison Corby Torbay to find them take on in this serious way. He pitied the poor little fluttering birds, and solaced their souls with the following words. "Oh, maidens," said Pattison, touching his hat, "don't blubber, my dears, for a fellow like that. Observe, I'm a very superior man, a much better fellow than Angus McClan." They smiled when he winked and addressed them as dears, and they all of them vowed as they dried up their tears a pleasanter gentleman never was seen, especially Ellen McJones, Aberdeen. End of Ballad number 38, Ellen McJones, Aberdeen, from the Ballads. This recording is in the public domain.